had trouble making you a co-host, so I'll just have to be host.
Okay, no worries. Well, I will, I'll be here, but I'll take your lead if we need to do anything with the technology side of everything.
Yeah, I'll also watch the chat. So if you've got any questions as we're kind of rolling through, you guys can put things into the chat, and we'll make sure to get those questions at the end, just in case you don't want to, in case you forget and you don't want to remember those things. We also have a few staff on too, so we'll kind of let those guys.
Like all adults and no kid.
So I think we're nearly ready to start. First things first, if you guys could all just make sure that you're muted so that there's not that feedback. And then, of course, any questions in the chat, like Bill mentioned, but anything you think of after we've finished with our Zoom, just feel free to email us at any time. We're happy to answer any questions that you might have tomorrow as well. So I think we should start. Bill, what do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
Well, let's do some quick introductions. I'm happy to go first. So my name's Amanda Macaluso. I am the Girls Camp Director, and I'm pretty sure most of you know who I am. So welcome and thanks for joining us tonight.
And I am Bill Hinton. I'm the new Boys Camp Director. I do have to say that I have been a Hayo-Went-Ha parent for 7 years. My son is choosing not to go to Alaska. He's going to be an LC, but he's kind of taken the sailing route at camp most years. But I'm super excited and glad to be here.
Awesome. Should we introduce some of our staff while we're doing introductions, Bill?
Yeah. Why don't you go first?
All right. Well, I would like to just firstly give a shout out for Gina, who will be the division leader for the Alaska group. She is playing soccer tonight, so she can't make it. She's in a soccer team, and being European, she's probably the star of the team. So they didn't want her to miss tonight. But then I want to introduce the first session counselors. So maybe you guys can just give a shout out and jump on and say hi. But the first person is Emma.
Hey guys, I'm Emma Chandler. This will be my 9th summer and 3rd year on staff. And like Amanda said, I'll be going first session with Cassie and Chloe. And I'm so excited.
Yay. And then is Cassie here? Sorry, there's lots of little faces, so I'm not sure.
Cassie is not here. She is preoccupied.
Okay, so she's busy too, but Cassie, I'm sure you all know her as well. She is also very, very excited. And then do we have Chloe? No. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes,
I'm here.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Chloe. Yeah, you go.
Hi, I'm Chloe. It's my 11th summer at camp. I'm excited. Yeah.
Yay. And that's first session. So Lois, I see you. So tell us all about you for your second session.
Hey guys, I'm Lois.
I can hear what these people are saying.
This will be my 8th summer at camp, and I'm very excited to be going to Alaska second session this summer.
Yay, Lois, and you're going with Macmo, and I see you, Macmo.
Hi, I'm Macmo. This is my 9th summer at camp, and it's I think my 4th or just something on staff, and I'm so excited to be going to Alaska second session.
Yay.
With Lois.
And I know this is probably a question that each and every one of you have at Girls Camp for the first session. We haven't split everybody up into the 3 groups yet, so I can't tell you exactly who your counselors are, but you will all be flying out together and spending a lot of time together. There's a couple of the portions of the trip that you will be together. But second session, you guys will all be in the one cabin. So Lois and Macmo and the 11 campers will all be just one group, both to and from Alaska and while you're out there as well. So that's Girls Camp staff. Bill, who do you have?
So I have our Bush Division Leader, Mac. He's in my top corner. So Mac, introduce yourself.
Hey, I'm Mac. This will be my 11th summer Bush Division Leader for second summer. yeah, I'm excited to be back and sort of working on the logistics.
Perfect. And so we also have Connor Cronin. He's the other staff that's here. He's going to be part of the duo that goes second session. So Connor, go.
Howdy, this is my 11th summer at camp. This will be my 4th year on staff. And I'm going with Charlie Kodala. I'll hand it over.
So Charlie Kodala is going as he's not on.
I'm on.
Oh, you are. Where are you?
I'm somewhere on one of the two screens.
Okay,
you can
Charlie.
Slide back and forth. Hi everyone. My name's Charlie. I'm going second session. This will be my 6th summer at camp. My 2nd full one as a staff member, and I'm excited to finally get back to camp after a few years off.
Awesome. And then I don't think Brian Zori's on, so he is in Spain somewhere.
Yeah, Brian is living his best life. He's got some fun adventures. So we would love to hear from you. I know you're all pretty excited for Alaska, but is there something in particular that you're excited about? We would love to see that in the chat. If you just want to zip down to the chat and be like, tell me tell us what's the one thing that you're like super, super excited about for the part in for this year while you're in Alaska. So from here, so Bill and I work really closely together to plan all this. We work with an outfitter, Alaska Mountain Guides is the outfitter that we're using again, and have been using, I want to say, for 10 or 12 years. They're really good. They know us really well. They know that we have kids that have grown up in this wilderness adventure program and are ready for that ultimate challenge, that final camping trip that they do with Hayo-Went-Ha, and we're very excited to partner with them. We work back and forth with them to schedule the itinerary and the schedule and the dates and everything, and they have a really neat setup. We will be all flying out together. So both first session and second session groups will all be together, both the girls' camp and the boys' camp. We will be flying from Detroit. The airlines are struggling to do group permits from Traverse City. So we will be driving down to Detroit. The boys' camp will be taking everybody to Detroit for their trip to Alaska. And then the girls' camp staff will be scheduled to pick up everybody from Alaska, and then we'll deliver to each camp. We fly into Juneau, Alaska. From there, depending on the schedule and the flights, but we either stay the night in Juneau and get up very, very early and catch the ferry to Haines. It's from Haines where we do most of that's our base camp. So Haines is where they have, guys, what do they call it? What's their base camp called?
Chab.
Chab. Yeah. So I don't know what it stands for, but it's this big area where they have all the equipment. They do have an area where they have bathrooms and storage and things, but that's where the groups will come and go. And then from there, will be split depending, again, they've got quite the itinerary, but there is the kayaking portion. So you'll do some kayaking just around that Haines area. And then Flower Mountain is another, that's the hiking trip. So you literally hike 7 miles up the mountain. And if you want to Google Flower Mountain, it's spectacular. The views that they have from there is just incredible. It is quite the hike, 7 miles. You're like, oh yeah, 7 miles, I can do that. But it's very steep. It's literally climbing a mountain. But again, the views and the challenge of doing it, and once you get there, it's just incredible. And once you do get to the top, they camp right near a glacier. So they spend 3 days or 2 nights, 3 days sleeping next to this glacier and hiking all around it and over it, and sometimes even in it. And again, the outfitter provides all that safety equipment. You've got to wear the Lois, what are the things on your feet?
Crampons.
So you got to wear those, and they take all that equipment and teach everybody how to do it. And And then this year we are going to Canada. We're not doing the Chilkoot Trail. So I know that that was something that if you've been following in the past, that is something that we've done before. But we're not doing that this year. There's another section that they think is equally challenging, equally beautiful. It's in Canada. So that's one thing we want to just give a shout out. We are watching the Canadian guidelines for the COVID vaccine very, very closely. It still continues to be that you've got to be fully vaccinated to go to Canada. So that's something you've got to make sure that you bring a passport and or a birth certificate and your vaccination card, because we're going to have to, again, if it doesn't change between now and when we go, we're going to have to log everybody in and document and upload all the documents that is required to go to Canada.
And we don't expect that to change. Some people have asked if they think that it might change. Right now, the Canadian government, it doesn't look like that's gonna change. I also have to shout out to Connor. It's Chilkoot High Adventure Base Camp. He got the name.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Dad.
And then my other staff member jumped on. Brian Zori is here. So say hi, Brian.
Hey guys, how's it going?
No, you got to do more than that, Brian. Where are you? You're living your best life.
Where am I currently? I'm currently in Milan, Italy.
Wow. That is awesome. And what time is it?
I have a flight in 4.5 hours back to Madrid. So things are a bit busy.
Good work.
Living your best life. All right. Well, I think
the next thing on kind of our agenda, I want to point out our packing list. If you haven't gotten the packing list, you can always go to our parent resources page on our website. So it's in the very top right-hand corner. We have redone all of our packing lists for all of our trips, but we started with Alaska, and Gina G is a rock star, and she put those together. And so it has what you want, what you need to have, in-camp necessities, trip necessities, stuff you shouldn't bring. I will say that, Alaska it can be rainy. It's actually a rainforest. And so you want to bring clothes that if they get wet, you're still going to be warm. So just really make sure, smart wool stuff and, go with the higher quality instead of just the cotton, because of the environment that we get.
And I did get an email, I think, today in regards to printing the packing list. So I will send to everybody registered for Alaska, I'll send you this Zoom recording, but also the packing list as a PDF after this so that we can easily print it off and read it that way.
There was a question on the chat about the COVID vaccine card. Do you need just a picture or the actual vaccine card? So right now, we will let you know, but we want you to upload that to your medical documents anyways on Camp Brain so that we have the picture. And then as we hear from the Canadian government, if they'll just take a picture, that's a lot easier, and we'll kind of let you know.
Yeah, just a copy, I think, is probably fine.
Yeah.
Because we have to put it up on the, upload it, so a copy will be fine. What else? Do we have any other questions? Did anyone, just a quick shout out with the staff. Any of the staff that we're sending this year, how many of you or who has done it as a camper? Who's done this trip as a camper? Connor, do you want to just jump on and just give us your, tell me what you thought about it, and then maybe Lois, you can go next.
It was an incredible experience. I went back in 2017 during first session, and it was awesome. We did the Chilkoot Gold Mining Trail. So we hiked for 5 days, 36 miles into Canada, hiking through snow on July 3rd. It was incredible. We did 6 days of sea kayaking, 3 days of glacier climbing. and whitewater rafting in Canada. It was an incredible experience. And like, I'm still really close with a lot of the guys I met and went with on that trip. So I think it's an incredible experience. And like, I'm so excited for everyone to go again, and I'm excited to go again. But it's really special. Lois.
Yeah, I actually went the same year, same session as Connor. For me, it was my favorite trip as a camper. I feel like whenever someone asks you what your favorite trip is, it's like Alaska, but also whatever trip, you always have like a second one that you want to talk about, because Alaska was just such an incredible trip. Me and Emma Chandler, who is also on the call, went to Alaska together as campers. And so this is really excited to be heading back. I'm also excited to try kind of the new parts of the trip. When we were campers, we didn't go to Flower Mountain. So it's gonna be super cool to do that, as well as the new hiking. So it's kind of gonna be a new experience for everyone, and it's gonna be super fun. I'm ecstatic. I'm so excited.
Awesome. All right, does anyone want to jump out and ask any specific questions?
Yeah, I have a question about like, this is Anna Bowen, by the way.
Hi, Anna.
I have a question about the dietary restrictions. So for people who are like gluten-free or like stuff like that, could we bring our own food? Or
no, the outfitters are very, very good about providing. We just have to make sure that we let them know. So okay. I know we've inundated you with forms, like not only the camp forms, but also the forms that the outfitters need. They've got their own waivers and their own medical. That's the forms that you've got to put that information on, because we literally just send them all up there like 3 or 4 weeks before you go, so that they can be prepared for that. They're very, very good at providing nutritious, high calorie, the calories that you need, and also very good at any food challenges that any of our campers have and staff. So my recommendation is to fill out those, make sure you've got all those details on your medical forms, especially the one that goes up to Alaska.
Okay. And if we're just talking about camp-wise, could I bring like snacks or like stuff for breakfast?
For sure. Yeah. And we can talk about that if you like. But yeah, anything that you feel that you would need, we can certainly put that in the kitchen and serve it from there.
Thank you.
No problem.
There was a shout out, AMG food is delicious.
Oh, nice.
Someone asked about the boys' second set being split. So the first session will be all together, and then the second session, there'll be times when they are split. But sometimes they'll be together too. So it depends on how the outfitter wants to push our group around.
Yeah. And then the other question I think was, what else are we doing instead of the Chilkoot? I'm just trying to look it up. I'll have to.
So we have some sea kayaking that's happening, and there'll be some ice climbing that happens. They'll probably do some groundwork at base camp, and then once they're up by the glacier, they'll actually do some ice climbing up there.
And the other thing I forgot, they are doing an eagle float. So there is an area that they take them to, and they float down the river and see hundreds of eagles, is what I've been told. Yeah. What else? Rain gear. Rain gear is super important, regardless of which session. It could rain every day. I did have a group, an Alaska group. I can't remember who the council, which year it was, but it rained nearly every day. So make sure you have really good rain gear. That's super important. All right. Anything else? Everyone's excited, right?
Amanda, I have a question. This is John Buckman.
Hi, John.
Hi. This is not an exciting topic, but I was reading about travel insurance, and I was wondering if anybody ever gets what they call the Adventure Travel Protection Plan from AIG Travel Guard, and I called about it and I know about it, but I was just wondering if any of the campers ever get the insurance. And I know it's optional, but I wanted just to hear what you know about it.
Yeah, I actually don't know, because that's something that is separate to Hayo-Went-Ha, Hayo-Went-Ha camp. So I'm not actually sure how many campers in the past sign up and get that, John. I'm not sure. We just put it out there as not even a recommendation. We just put it out there as something that, that families can consider.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Sometimes it's just peace of mind. Some people like to have that insurance, and we just want to provide that as an option.
On the same note, then, I'm sure you probably do know this. Have you ever had to evacuate anybody from any problems of, if they were ice climbing or whatever?
Yeah, it's just like a regular trip. There's always something that could go wrong. We've had campers airlifted off the Chilkoot over the last couple of years. We work so Charlie is the person that we work with. Charlie is very, very good at communicating with us. He calls any time of the day or night to let us know what's happening. And then the next call I make is to the parents. They seem to have very good protocols. They've got satellite phones for all their staff. All their staff are well trained. They have wilderness first responder. They know all the ferries. They know how to get people from where they need to be. And the communication is really good. Like, we've had staff members come off the trail with the campers, and then their staff will finish the leg of the trip that they're on. But again, it's the communication, I think. And just to reassure you all, if I hear anything, or if Bill and I get a call from Charlie, regardless of the time of the day or night, we will definitely, reach out to you and let you know, so that you're part of the conversation as well. We try and keep all medical attention in the US. There have been a couple of times where they're hiking in Canada and they needed to see medical attention, and it is in Canada, and that just creates a little bit more of a challenge with paperwork. But if we have to, we will. And then again, Connor, thanks. It does. I said wilderness first responder is the certification that their guides have, but I think they're actually even more certified than that, and they're wilderness EMTs.
And we really trust Charlie. We've been working with him, and he's truly a partner. Sometimes we kind of feel like he's part of our staff. And even though neither of us have met him in person, but we trust his judgment. We trust his staff and his training of his staff to be able to relay all of the really important information to our parents, and so that we can make the best decision possible for the camper. And of course, the parents are part of and involved in all of that.
And he's really good about including our staff as well. So if there's a concern or a challenge that we're dealing with out in the field, his staff and himself, they're the guides. So when they're in the field, we're taking their recommendations and their suggestions, but they're really good about checking in and including our staff, and then including us back here as well.
Thank you.
Well, great. Well, we don't want to take too much of your time. I know that this is a busy time, and I know you're all got lots of things happening, but summer is not that far away, and Bill and I are super busy and super excited to get this all, which we've pretty much planned. Alaska's pretty set. Flights have all been booked, staff have all been assigned, and Charlie's got his itinerary and schedule, and we're just waiting for, I was going to say, the summer to come. It snowed today at camp, so Bill and I are not impressed at all about the weather, but summer is on its way.
But the lake is unfrozen, so it's okay. I think that, so if somebody really wants to get into, I know the boys, I've got one spot open in session 1 and one spot open in session 2. So if you know somebody that just wants to go, we can kind of fast track that. I can't remember the numbers, Amanda, for girls camp, but if there are openings and there's someone that just really, like, somebody that you go to school with that really wants to go, there is kind of a fast track that we can kind of get them into this program, but Amanda or I need to know about it pretty quickly.
And just in regards to openings, we still do have a couple of openings in other programs. So if any of you know neighbors or friends or any people that you babysit, any neighbors that you might have, and you've chatted to them a little bit about camp and you think that that would be a great camper, we do have we do have spots. 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, there's more spots. 7th, 8th, and 9th grade are pretty full. And of course, you guys are pretty full too. But just one quick thing that I did forget to mention when we were talking about a packing list, please, please, please make sure if you've got new hiking boots, make sure you have broken them in. Do not have the first time that you put on your brand new hiking boots when you're starting to climb Flower Mountain. That's not going to be good. So make sure you've done some practicing and some hiking and getting prepared physically for some of these challenges out there.
And then I got to go back to our little bit of marketing. We do have a referral program going on. So if you recruit a camper for the first session, you get a $200 in the store credit. And then if you recruit someone for a second session, you get $100. And you get a limited edition flag, Hayo-Went-Ha flag. So recruit those friends for whatever program.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Anyone know how many days until first session starts? I don't, so I'm curious. No, second session?
Magmo said 32 days.
Ah, Macmo's on it. Oh my gosh.
Calendar.
Oh my gosh. I just stressed out a little bit there, Bill.
We'll be fine.
Yes, it is so exciting. It comes so quickly. Bill and I work year round to put all this together for the summer, and then the summer's just it sneaks up on us. So, which is great.
Today we actually went to our t-shirt person and we ordered your travel shirts. So you guys will, you guys are all a representative of Hayo-Went-Ha as you're traveling from camp to Alaska. So we have a special, like, you guys are the only ones that get it. And so you get a special Alaska shirt with some stars on it and to represent us well as you're walking through the airports.
Yeah, that was fun. We did some other shirts today too. So we've got some fun things in the store for you all.
All right. Well, I'm going to stop the recording, but we can stick around if folks need to ask any